going on though? What's the hectic behaviour for? Huh? What's it going on about? Just little dog. So hello. Today I'd like to look at this, which hasn't got the dust jacket unfortunately, but it's one of my all-time favourite bands. No, you can't do that, mate. He's trying to mount me. Oh, you little dirty sod. Isn't it? Get off. No, I'm doing a video. Stop it. This is Fleetwood Mac. And this is a book written by Mick Fleetwood, who's the sort of founder member of it, the drummer, the really tall bloke, you know. Got it really cheap, actually. It's a great book. It's an American book. So it was quite hard to track down. There it is. There's the information that you need. From 1990. So, write a book, they ask. About what? Well, let's just see how this all started. Sitting here at the beginning, looking back. It will, I think, do me good just to do that. Mick Fleetwood. Look, this is outrageous. Stop it. Stop it. Look at him licking his lips. He's got the horn it has, isn't he? Go away. Stop it. Go away. Stop it. Find yourself a collie dog. Find yourself a collie dog, Jimmy. I'm not having it. No, bless you. I know you've got your urges, but not with me. What are we going to make anyway? Little t-shirts or something? Shaggy my t-shirt. So let's have a look at the photos. There's Mick's father, who was a wing commander in the RAF, playing the drums. So obviously it runs in the family. And that's with his mum and dad in Egypt in 1950. Great photo, family photo. And there he is, aged 14 at the family home, which looks very nice indeed. Little Court in Gloucestershire, sounds lovely. That's his first drum kit. He was 15, so he's been playing the drums for years. And he was in the John Mayall's Blues Breakers, that's right. When that was taken in 67. And there's Jenny Boyd in 65, very attractive young lady. She was Pattie Boyd's sister. Yeah, there she is there with Pattie. Pattie Boyd, I think she was married to George Harrison out of the Beatles. And then she later left George, poor devil, and went off with Eric Clapton. There's John McVie in 1967. John was with Fleetwood Mac, the bass player. Now this band's had many variants, and so this was Peter Green playing the lead guitar in 67. And then there was Jeremy Spencer in 67. Jimmy, get off it. Come on, mate. Give it a game. Game over. Game over. Stop it. The way you lick your lips, it's very unnerving, mate, I can tell you. And that heavy breathing. That heavy breathing and that lipping thing is not good for me, it isn't, mate. It makes me feel very insecure. Insecurity is not what I want to feel. Go away. Ah. So there's some more pictures of a different format. So the final great format was Christine McVie, John McVie, Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks. Oh, there they are, look, with Cliff Richard. I like Cliff Richard. 1969. And they're B.B. King. What a classic guitarist B.B. King is. I hope he's still going. I don't know, you see, because people get old, don't they? And as Stevie Nicks sings, well, I'm getting older too, in one of her songs, you know, Changes, I think it's called. It's a brilliant band. You've got to check them out. One of my, as I say, ideally one of my perfect. I'm reading Christine Perfect there. That's her maiden name before she came Christine McVie. She sadly died recently. Very attractive young lady when she was young. There's Mick with one who looks like his daughter. So this is the sort of lineup changes now. What happened was that the band really wanted. Who was it they really wanted? It was. Oh, I'm sorry, my mind is just going down and down. Lindsey Buckingham. They really wanted the guitarist Lindsey Buckingham, and at the time he was going out with this girl Stevie Nicks, who you well probably have heard of. Stop it, Jimmy. You're jogging the camera now, mate, isn't it? Get back. Down, Rover. But Lindsey Buckingham was going out with Stevie at the time, and he said, "Well, if you take me, you have to take us as a couple," because they did have Buckingham Nicks. They did have a band called Buckingham Nicks together, which wasn't particularly successful for some reason. I don't know. I've got a copy of one of their albums. In fact, I think the only one they ever made, and it's an awesome track. They've got awesome tracks on there. So here they are: Stevie, Lindsey, Christine, John and Mick. They look alike, don't they? They're like twins in that photo, in actual fact. That's what confused me. It's the beards that threw me off, innit? And in those days, Lindsey Buckingham had this whacking great kind of Hendrix perm. And they were very much a couple. So that's the Rumours album cover. Brilliant album. Really good. Really good. When I went to Australia, I'd been back and forth, but when I went to Australia once in '87, I think one of the last journeys I did, they just bought out the album Tango in the Night, and I just played it all the way to Australia, and I can tell you that's a 23-hour flight, and I only had that one album on headphones, you know, on a cassette, and I just played it over and over. I loved it. I still do. I think it's arguably my favourite album of all time, actually. I've always got a copy to hand. There's Stevie looking very pretty in 1977. And that's backstage that's Mick. And that's Lindsey. And there they are, doing their gigs. Really entertaining to watch as well, in actual fact. Stevie Nicks has got the most incredible voice. Well, so had Christine McVie. She was brilliant as well. Excuse me. And that's Lindsey. He's gone through a sort of change there, the hairstyle and all the rest of it. And this is the sort of late 70s. They often had a sort of image change. And there's also been solo careers for Christine. Yes, Christine and Lindsey did an album. Lindsey Buckingham's definitely had a few albums out on his own, and Stevie Nicks has had some. I think one of them's called Belladonna or something like that. A brilliant album, really good group. I can highly recommend you look into them if you're not already fully aware of them as well, of course. Not so sure what's going on there. It looks like a cake fight for some reason. I don't know what brought a cake fight on, hasn't it? Mick's an interesting character actually, because he's been a multi-millionaire and then he went bust completely, and now he's back as a multi-millionaire. I think he would be rather a multi-millionaire than busted, but he did used to like to spend his dosh, you know. And I never like to talk shop about people, but they weren't without their problems with, you know, narcotics, and of course I would imagine that can empty a bank account very quickly. But I think that's a thing of the past. That's a classic photo, the one I remember from the Tango in the Night album, and I just love that album, as I say. And there they are, some older band members in the 80s, you know. And that said Fleetwood Mac today. Well, this book's quite old because they brought back John McVie and they brought back Lindsey Buckingham. Lindsey left the band through artistic differences, and that's Sarah, or Sarah, if you pronounce it like that. And that's obviously his latest beau, his latest lovely looking lady, and they're in Malibu in the 90s. Well, 1990, because don't forget this book is an old book. It's not a new one, is it? But I can highly recommend it. I like it a lot. And thank God you've gone to bed, because that was outrageous. It was a rape, wasn't it? Anyway, thanks ever so much for watching. All the very best wishes. Cheers.